communism. This is against what America stands for.
Well, Bernie is a socialist, and socialism is the beginning of communism, and considering how many people have died under communism, yeah, I'd say it's pretty frickin' evil.
And subconsciously delineates between socialism and democratic socialism. There is no difference. It's why Vladimir Lenin famously said, democracy is indispensable to socialism. Centralized forms of government do this. They pull people back. They're incapable of pulling people forward. Which is why Lenin famously said of socialism, the goal of socialism is communism.
49% of people aged 18 to 29 have a positive view of socialism.
So most right-wingers get the thing wrong about Bernie Sanders, thinking that he's a communist. Most right-wingers use this quote to say that he's a communist, that it's this Lenin quote, which is the road to communism is socialism, as they refer to Bernie Sanders as both a socialist, as Bernie Sanders refers himself as a democratic socialism. They automatically think of that quote saying and just say that he's a communist, which is of course a complete lie, because Lenin is referring to another type of socialism, Marxist socialism, while Bernie Sanders is of course a democratic socialist, which is of course just a pretty way to say social democracy. The system of social democracy is of course a system where there's still capitalism with small amount of state reforms for nationalization of certain things such as healthcare, education, and media, while there's still privatization in multinational companies from the state, the oil industry, and certain other things.
The thing is, Bernie Sanders isn't even left-wing, never mind a socialist. He's in the Democrat Party. The Democrat Party aren't left-wing. They have a long history of not being left-wing. Hell, he even supports Israel, which is a very anti-left-wing thing to do. Quite a lot of these people also like to fap over Scandinavia. They see it as their dream democratic socialist system. But, like Hito was saying before, that isn't socialism. That's social democracy. So we have the same problem here. A picture that was going around a bit, I don't know if it still is anymore. I saw it on my Facebook a couple times. It's cancer. Phone. Great. It's this. I'll put it on the screen. Socialism without capitalism equals communism. Capitalism without socialism equals fascism. Democratic socialism equals balance. The problem with this is they see a political system as just some scales, and capitalism and socialism are just weights, and you can add more or less, and somehow democratic socialism is a balance between the two. The thing is, this goes against what both systems are. They're two completely different systems, with both with different relations to the means of production. Capitalism, the bourgeois own the means of production. Under socialism, the workers own the means of production. Obviously, these they're conflicting. They're opposite of each other. So you can't add them both to a system. And then this is the problem. They don't see capitalism as the bourgeois owning the means of production. They just see it as privatization. Whereas with socialism, they don't see it as the workers owning the means of production. They just see it as nationalization.